Hi, Makoto Horiuchi here. Nice to meet you. I'm here to tell you about a project I'm working on called Echoes of the CD. It's a retrospect of the music I played in the organ trios in Seattle in the early 60s, where I met Larry Coryell in college, and we bonded through music. We hung out all the time we were in Seattle. And as a result, I got to hear a lot of the music of that time. So I was going to do a little video to tell you about my project. But in researching the music of Seattle, I decided to make a video about the black music scene in Seattle that nobody knows about. There's something about Seattle music that has a feeling to it. It's a funkiness, a groundedness. And those who left Seattle to expand their careers, like Ray Charles, Quincy Jones, Jimi Hendrix, they brought that with them. The scene all started in the 40s during the big band era, when bands would come through Seattle, but also there was a lot of local bands. And that's chronicled by Paul DeBarros. He wrote a book called Jackson Street After Dark, if you're interested. In the 60s, when I was there, it was a bustling jazz scene. There was gigs everywhere. And also, we hung out in a coffee house in the University District called the Langolin that Jerry Heldman ran. And there were sessions almost every night there. Then in the late 60s, early 70s, it turned into a vibrant R&B scene. And that's where I met Philip Wu. And that scene, nobody ever heard the music from that scene, but there were some great bands. Seattle's Center District was a bustling cultural hub. Photographer L. Smith Sr. captured life in the neighborhood during the 40s and 50s, documenting its vibrant melting pot of blacks, Chinese, and Japanese. During the 40s and 50s, the CD transformed into a jazz scene. Here's a picture of Quincy Jones playing with Bumps Blackwell.
Seattle, when I was a kid, people in America that were not aware of this, Seattle was the hottest city in America during the World War II. I mean, on fire, baby. And all the military was here, Fort Lauderdale, Marines, Navy, everything.
Central area, every 5 blocks, any direction, you'd run into a club.
There was so much music, and there was no reason to be home on a Friday night.
The scene is booming.
There's nothing like it in Seattle now.
When I was in Seattle, Coltrane did an album there. Harold Land would come through, Carmel Jones, Art Blakey, Ella Fitzgerald. At the same time, the World's Fair was being built, and it was an exciting time in Seattle. But in the backdrop behind, there was the Civil Rights Movement and the Vietnam War. It was a very chaotic time, but the black music scene in Seattle was great. The Black and Tan was the quintessential club in Seattle at the time. One of my greatest influences in Seattle was Overton Berry, who gave me my first gig and taught me how to craft a performance that truly connects with an audience. Overton's mentorship was invaluable, not just to me, but also to many others, and an iconic singer, Diane Shure, whose extraordinary talent he helped nurture.
Diane Shure.
I gotta tell you folks, it's a long way from Southern Cal to here, but I made it. And I instructed the pilot on everything he should do during the flight. And in working with Overton, he's the best teacher I've ever had. I'm not kidding. You know, he's taught me so much about stage presence and not to burp on stage and no over display of affection in public. You didn't think I remembered that stuff, did you, Bear? Oh, look at him, he's blushing. Oh, oh, of course I'm not supposed to remember that, but I have a photographic memory, you see. But at any rate, we're going to do some stuff that we really love to be able to do, and I just remember so many of the performances from Barnacle Bills to and all of the rest. And he heard me in Monterey, California in 1975 on the 20th of September, and he knew he was going to lend me a helping hand. And he has done so ever since and has been the best friend I've ever had on the planet. And I love you, Bear. Seriously. So let's kick butt. All right. Stormy, right? Stormy. All right, babe, let's go. And let's put our hands together, folks. Let's wake up. A 1, a 2, 1, 2, 3. Come on now, folks. Come on now. All right now. They call it Stormy Monday. Tuesday just as bad. They call it Stormy Monday. But Tuesday's just as bad. Wednesday's worse. Thursday, I feel so sad. Eagle flies on Friday. Saturday, I go out to play. The eagle flies on Friday. Saturday, I go out to play. I go to church on Sunday. And I get down on my knees and pray, oh, have mercy on me. Lord, have mercy on me. 'Cause my heart is such a misery, 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 misery. All right, here we go. They call it Stormy Monday, but I'm gonna tell you Tuesday is just bad. They call it Stormy Monday, but Tuesday just as bad. Wednesday's worse. And Thursday, I feel so sad. The eagle flies on Friday. Saturday, I go out to play. The eagle flies on Friday. Saturday, I go out to play. I go to church on Sunday. And I get down on my knees and pray.
I also have cherished memories of the Dave Lewis Trio, which featured the incredible guitarist Joe Johansson. Joe introduced us to the blues and artists like Freddie King while embodying the soulful, gritty essence of Seattle funk. The bands played in these ballrooms. The most famous was called the Spanish Castle. Here's a clip of Larry playing with the Dynamics. Here's another quintessential rock band in Seattle. Here's a picture of Larry and myself in college. Larry went way beyond being the godfather of jazz rock. He played with the who's who of musicians in the world, from Subramaniam, the Indian violinist, to Paco de Lucha, to John McLaughlin, and Gary Burton. So here's a couple of my favorite clips. The first clip is Larry's group, the 11th House, which had Alphonse Mouzon, and Mike Mandel is playing the keyboards. Mike, I used to hang out with Mike in Seattle, and Mike was an amazing player. The second clip is Larry's group that he put together with John Abercrombie and Baji Assad. That was my favorite Larry group that he put together.
I've been buying records for a long time and never really dug for 45s because I don't have the patience. I don't like that they're too small, and I just don't have the patience. And I'm at a record show. I see this box of records, so I run over there. This guy beats me to it, and he's taking his sweet time going through everything. So I'm sitting there waiting. While I'm waiting, there's a shoebox full of 45s next to it. So I start fingering through them, like whatever. I see one that says Bold Soul Brother on the label. So I'm like, it caught my eye. I'm like, let me check that out. Put it on my portable player, and I heard the drums, and I went crazy.
Want to tell you about my baby. Talking about nobody but my girl. Want to tell you about my baby. Talking about nobody but my girl. She looks good, like a woman should. Her soul blue, so is good. Take care of business every night. I want to tell you people, everything's alright. Look for him, talking about a both soul sister, taking care of both soul brother. Wanna tell you people about a both soul brother. I am better than any other. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The keyboard master, Philip Wu, came out of Seattle. Philip went on to play with Roy Ayers, Ashford and Simpson, Patti LaBelle, Grover Washington Jr., Whitney Houston, Mays, Phyllis Hyman, to name a few. Here's one of my favorite clips of Philip with Grover Washington Jr. Kenny G also came out of Seattle, and this was a picture of their band they had at the time.
I think if people think of Seattle, even now, they do not think black music, how that, you could be doing hundreds of gigs and then playing in front of thousands, of tens of thousands of people, and then nobody ever heard it.
Of course, you know who this is, and Jimmy came out of Seattle. He was supposedly hanging out in the ballrooms when I was there. Paul DeBarros, the author of Jackson Street After Dark, also thinks that Jimmy's roots came out of Seattle.
To Seattle's love affair with the blues, because starting with those crazy white kids and the Sonics and the Wailers and the Kingsmen, the blues really was a strong force here as soon as Ray Charles and this great mix of black people moved here from the South, from the 1940s on. And if you play music in Seattle, you somehow need to honor the blues in some way. It's not like California where there's a visionary streak here because we're close to the Orient. We have a lot of trade with Asia, but there's also a real groundedness here. And I like to think that the thing that Jimi Hendrix got from Seattle, a lot of people will talk about the distortion and the electronics, but I really don't think that that's what he got from Seattle. What he got from Seattle was blues. He played on Jackson Street. This is at Washington Hall, this picture, which is 4 blocks from the corner of 12th and Jackson. And Jimmy's father, Al, was a competition dancer on the Jackson Street jazz scene. And his grandparents were vaudevillians who got stranded here in 1911 after a vaudeville show of theirs had been playing the Pantages Theater. So whenever I hear this cut by Jimi Hendrix, I like to think that in some way Red House, the blues that he recorded on his first English album, really kind of harkens back to what he learned in Seattle.
It's got a feeling. Everybody says, what's in the water up there to me? I mean, not only music, you know, but I went to school, high school with the same high school had Bruce Lee and Jimi Hendrix and all those people. It is something about the water or the atmosphere.
I hope you'll enjoy the music to this project as much as I did in making it. And I hope you like the mini doc that I put together about the music that just disappeared. Thank you. Aloha.